Alright, hi everyone, Love You Freeman here again. So we had kind of a big sad, and my recording software kicked out. And I didn't notice it until too much later on the last playthrough I did, and you'll notice that's why that kind of cuts off abruptly at the end of the last video there. So I had to go back and reload the save game I made on January 1st, 1936, like the starting date before I started recording. And I was lucky that I had that save, so like when we load that into again, most of the same flips that we have, they're going to happen again. A lot of those roles are predetermined when you start your game. So I think the Chinese war over here is going to play out a little bit differently from the combat, and the Saudis one instead the Jabal Shamar. But most of the stuff is flipped out the same. And notably again, we still have the Belgians over here did their independence and decided to stay with Germany. And that was sort of the big one that affected us. And the British are still under Nicholas Iglesias there. So right now we're still working on our tank grant research focus to get to our medium tank 2, and we're almost done with our first medium tank. We're going to try and get that into production. We've got volunteers over here in America, and we closed off the kind of the pocket up here, took out the feds in the north, and now we're going to be moving back to Spain. The Spanish Civil War just started, and I've sent the tanks back into Spain, and hopefully we're going to win this for the CNT FAI again. So that's where we're going to kind of kick off. And yeah, let's see how things go this time. One thing I did want to mention to you is that I didn't notice earlier on in the playthrough that I was doing when I was looking at the tank template before, but after La Resistance dropped, the way recon companies work is you've got like the cavalry, the motorized, and the armored, and in the starting template that you get, this is actually a cavalry recon template. And as you can see, this caps your speed to 6.4 kilometers per hour, which is pretty terrible for our tanks. We don't want that. So I've just, in the ones that I've sent over as volunteers, I've upgraded them to have the armored recon company, and their speed is now 12 kilometers per hour. So that's going to make life a lot easier for us. All right, so we've got the tanks over here in Spain, and we push them out over here. And I think we're just going to try and grab some encirclements on these guys, or maybe this horse over here, and see how that works. I mean, we did pretty good last time. We took out the Republicans, and the Carlists are a lot weaker than them. So once they're done, then it's pretty much in the bag. So let's get going. I'm just gonna try and push this guy out quickly, and then kill that unit. And again, during the interwar period, we've got the attaché, which is going to give us a steady stream of experience to the combined syndicates. We're also going to try and make as much experience as we can to help us out with our doctrines and our variants and our templates. And we're going to get the same events with negotiations for the Swiss, and I believe we'll still get the same factory speed construction buff that we got last time. We'll demand economic concessions. And we'll finish off this unit here. Yep. And yes, we do get the construction speed buff, so it's a pretty nice buff to have. Oh. And the Argentinian war has started. So if you haven't played this game before, again, I'll just show this. So Argentina is going to declare on the Patagonian Workers Front, and they're backed by Chile. And because of kind of the political situation that you have over here, the Paraguayans will often try and score some free land off of Argentina. And if Bolivia still exists, Bolivia is going to then declare war on Paraguay to try and get back Chaco, which they lost in one of the wars prior to the start date of the game. So this is a pretty messy confrontation. That's another another war that's pretty fun to play at the start, and that can be pretty tight on both sides. The FOP, as a puppet of Chile, you can't control the Chilean divisions, and your own army is pretty small. And as Argentina, you got to fight on, kind of this front over here, and against Paraguay. So that's, that can be a fun game to play if you're interested in some early game combat. But back to over here in Spain. try and come around and kill this guy. Try and get a cutoff over here. And I'll try and snake the ports. And this could be pretty risky, but, you know, like I said, we're not... These guys aren't going to matter too much, and we're going to get 3 of these divisions from our focus. We complete that anyways, and, you know... once you start putting medium tanks in these divisions, then they become to the point where, you know, you really don't want to lose a medium tank division as volunteers. That sucks a lot. It's going to make you considerably weaker in the World War. But it looks like we're going to get some value for that kind of play over here. We're going to kill all these units probably. And, you know, we've held the river line over here. And hopefully the AI is smart enough to walk across that river line. Yeah, of course, it's a mountain tile. She's just going to send this guy around this way. So Portugal and Middle Africa are going to go after it again. That's another fun one to play as Portugal, is to play the pink map war. Usually AI Middle Africa will beat Portugal, though. Liberia wants to join the International. No, that's not a good idea. That could drag us into an early war with France, which we don't want. And research slots. So this, working on that, or that focus just finished for us, I think. So we're going to go and pick up our medium tank over here. And you know, next national focus, I think we were still grabbing economy tax here. Yeah, so we're going to pick up market socialism. Oh, let's kill this guy over here. And once we push this guy off the port, they're going to die in this tile. So I think we're actually doing quite a bit better this time in the Spanish Civil War. I kind of wasted around that first playthrough, so I wasted a little bit too much time over here at these mountain ranges. I didn't really need to be. Take that guy out, and if they're... Oh yeah, I did walk across that river, so... Whenever you're kind of pushing in, you'll see this, hopefully you'll get the chance to when we're fighting against the Germans in Well Creek too. Once you kind of make a breakthrough, you want to make sure that you get across any rivers or mountain lines if possible. Well, you just, you know, carry that momentum forward before the enemy can react, and then deny them their best defensive terrain. So we're going to knock this guy back, and I'm going to try to immediately push him. He's got no organization, and then we can get across this river pretty easily. So we're trying to come around over here to Toledo for a cutoff. Kill these units. So it looks like the Kingdom of Spain this time is collapsing quite quickly. I just want to make sure I've got my planes. Yeah, I do have my planes covering me over here. I think I had some bombers too, didn't I? Or, no, they're not. So I'll send these guys over here and attach them to this army again. And Romania is having a civil war. Yeah, we will send Patagonia some guns. I mean, that's alright. And I got these guys. Gotta make sure this guy doesn't cut my tank off. It's always kind of risky to kind of make those plays in the Civil Wars. The AI is not great at following you in. But you don't, no risk, no reward, right? Of course, it also makes it like really dangerous to like look away, and which is kind of why I don't really like to micro both America and Spain at the same time. I mean, you can do it, but it is pretty taxing. Costa Rica has capitulated. Let's take a look at the Caribbean. What's going on here? It looks like Costa Rica got eaten by Panama, and Panama is in the Entente, so that's probably wise. When you play as Canada, you get some events to do some things in the Caribbean. You can get Panama in your faction. You can take the canal, and the Costa Ricans can look for you for protection too. I guess in in this instance they decided not to help the Costa Ricans at all. Let's see over here. You know what? I am going to go ahead and help our Chilean brothers. I don't think I'm going to need the political power. I got all my companies already. Or actually, I'm going to save that and get my army officers. I think that's going to be more important. Oil processing. We're going to pick up our radio and radar. We're going to want to make sure we have radar on the border when the second Well Creek starts there. Just make sure that we get that extra detection and efficiency, and we can win the air war. Oh, we're going to get a cutoff over here. I'm trying to wrap in like this. Kill these guys. Yeah, so again, like you can see, our stats are just a lot better than theirs. Let's check our tab here. It's like we're not really losing all that much. We've lost 572 guys and like a little bit of equipment. So the tanks are so much better than infantry at the offensive operations. Next national focus. Let's get our economy. I'm just going to cancel a few of these units. We don't need to train those immediately. And then I think economy focus after this, we're going to go ahead and get revanchist propaganda. Keep our manpower up. We'll go with the armor officer. Let's get it back at the Skybird, make sure I don't get cut off. I still got Madrid, but like we're beating them back pretty hard right now. So I think this will be enough to capitulate them, and then come around over here and try and pin the Carlists against the mountain range there. Peru, Bolivian Confederation beat Ecuador. You expect that to happen. I think Peru usually, unless you're playing Ecuador yourself, I don't think the Ecuadorians usually win that war at all. I think I've seen it happen maybe like once or twice. We got here. So that's a German unit we're fighting against. Oh, and we got more civilian factories. Oh. So I think we got our medium tank now, and we should be building a military factory. So we're just going to go ahead. I don't want that one. Let's go with this one's an 80%, and this one's a little bit risky. I don't want to put anything on there just in case they get a lucky breakthrough on that one province. I don't want to lose factories. I'm just going to bump these guys ahead. So I want 20 factories in total on tanks, and I just put that line out now. I don't think we're going to be building any fighter ones, but I'll just put the line in there as a placeholder. And we're going to go and try and get 20 factories on planes. So we're at 7 of these now, so we're going to need 33 more military factories. You got 7, 11, 17. 28, and I think we need 5 more then. And if my math is off, you know, I haven't done mental math in a bit, so. So let's go with that, and then we're going to build, once we get the radar stations, we're going to throw some radar over here, and then we're going to start building up our refineries. And production, definitely want to switch it over to a medium tank now. We're going to start training for some tungsten. And we'll just get that again from the Baharadians. It's always good to help out your fellow syndicalists. I mean, another thing you could do too is if you're being a little bit cheeky, you can just buy the tungsten from Portugal, and then when they attack you, they would have used that civilian industry hopefully to build up their own country. So then CNT FAI would get all the stuff they build with it. But I think right now I'm just going to trade it with the syndicalists. And as soon as we start getting 100 medium tanks in storage, I'm going to start adding them to these units. The reason it's 100 medium tanks is that 1 tank battalion is going to be 50 medium tanks, and we have 2 of these divisions that we're working on right now. And it goes Madrid. And I guess they must still have a victory point. Or no, they're gone. There you go. See you later. This guy got stuck out over here, looks like. Realize now we don't want that. I think we might come around over here to this tile. Or, oh, these guys seem pretty weak. So we'll go here. And then that'll get us in right behind these guys, actually, so that'll be pretty nice. And again, I'm going to try and get 100 Army XP so we can bump our next doctrine up. Alright, so this guy's coming behind us. I'm just going to go take another tile. And oh, they're starting to react. I'm not going to go for that. They're moving already. It's going to be too risky. Oh, the AIs can help out. Let's try and come around in over here. Try and get there before him. Nice. So I think these guys over here are going to be encircled now. Yeah, their organization's real low. I think we can just push these guys out. Try and come around this way, you pin him, then we'll try and take out those 3 divisions. And yeah, I think I got this one earlier, and that's why our manpower situation is a little bit sketchy. But I am picking this up again from when I went off last time, so it's a little bit out of sync, but that's okay. Alright, I'm just gonna grab this bunker tile. And I think we can get 8 Army XP in the 30 days, so that slot's going to be building up research. So that's nice. Let's just attack into these guys, and I think their organization's really low right now, so even though they're in the bunkers and whatnot, they're just not going to last all that long. I think send these guys over here, I guess. And take Bilbao for free. Counterattack this guy. Let's come around this way. Just need 3 more experience. Take Burgos. And the Austrians have declared war on the Romanians, so that's gonna suck for Romania. They got a civil war, and they're gonna have to fight against the Austrians. And I guess the Belgrade Pact war was still going on at that same time too. So if Bulgaria is, yeah, they're fighting against them. I don't know if the Austrians, or they're not in a faction with them or anything, but I certainly think that's their intervention there is certainly gonna look good for Bulgaria. Alright, we're almost there. Albania capitulated. And, yeah, doctrine. Let's send this guy this way. You know, I think we'll have this guy take this tile, and I think I'm just going to try and push over here to the Portuguese border. See if we can get like a big cutoff there. And I got, you know, the 2 tank units here, so it's going to take them more time to cut off because I have double tiles, and we're pretty fast. So we'll go like this, and yeah, it's going to be their entire front line. Go here. See if we can just grab their victory points and get a quick win here. That'd be real nice. Try and stop this guy from crossing. Well, it's alright because I'm on the victory point anyways, though, and there are guys over here. I have to get out of there. That's unfortunate. I was so close to getting to La Corona too. I think these guys are all encircled now, and I think the Carlists are going to have a pretty tough time. There goes Albania. Get a free cutoff here on this guy. And there's a Cairo Pact war. So Cairo Pact war, you got the Ottomans, and they're going to be fighting against the Sultan of Egypt again, and they're in. I think it's the same faction as happened last time. I'm not sure if that happened before or after my recording cut out. There's that. I think I'll add another unit now. Just checking our logistics again. So we're still building medium tanks. We're at 57 right now. It's not quite enough to start adding them to our units. Rebellion in Yemen. So Yemen's joined the Cairo Pact. That happens a lot. And Shandong has one in Asia in the three-way. What else is going on in Asia right now? Got the King, Shandong. I think last time we were playing Feng Tian, again, I don't know if this happened before my recording cut off or not, I don't recall, but Feng Tian went to war with King Qing, I should say, pretty early. We'll see if they do that again. And Mashiki Kingdom has popped up. At 70. And we're going to need more tungsten. Go from Union of Burma. Manpower buff. And let's see here. I'm going to go for hydroelectricity. This can give us a decision for some more civilian factories. It's nice to have. And these guys are starting to feel the effects of attrition. It looks like their organization's pretty low. Yeah, they're out of supply, minus 33%. So they're not going to be able to fight that well. Start closing up on them and then push in over there. It looks like the Entente's sent some volunteers over to help them out. It'd be real nice to kill those. I don't know if we'll be able to though. I think Carlos might capitulate too early for that. Kingdom of Romania has joined the Belgrade Pact. I don't know if that was smart. I think the Belgrade Pact is at war with Austria-Hungary, isn't it? No. Oh, it's just Romania. Yeah, sorry about that. Looks like my recording cut out again, but we just saw there that Romania has joined the Belgrade Pact, and they're going to be, again, hitting into Bulgaria pretty hard. And we're just going to wrap up here in Spain. Just going to move these guys across the river so their attack is going to be higher. And they're dead. Let's see if we can trap some of these Entente units. And of course, the more Entente units that we can kill before the war starts, the better off we're going to be. And I think they're just going to let us do this, so I'm not going to take La Corona. I'm going to try and kill these guys first. Looks like free real estate here. Hopefully we can, kill these guys before the AI capitulates them. That would be sad. Well, I think they might just die because they're encircled anyways, but we'll see. We'll grab our next armor guy. I think the org guy is probably pretty good too, because we get -5 over here, so it'd be kind of alright to have an offset for that. Well, there's an Austrian unit there, so that guy might actually just buy us enough time to kill these Entente units. Greece has capitulated. Finish off these guys. We'll come over here. And they must... well, at least we got something there. And, again, I'm not entirely sure exactly what happens to volunteers in that situation. So over here, I think we're under 37. I think we might be... We have another industry tech? Not quite. Let's grab our rubber. Your electricity. And over here we're going to grab a road to war. It's going to give us our civilian factories buff and some military factories. And I think I might be able to cut down on the number of mills we need to build manually with that. Yeah. So how are we doing over here? What's our medium tank stockpile like? So we got 131 medium tanks. So just going to make sure these guys are the correct template. I believe they are. Maybe misclick there. This is 40 width tanks. Yeah, okay. And let's add some medium tanks into there for them. I'm just going to rearrange this. I was playing pretty fast to catch up, and I don't think I did the aesthetic rearranging of these templates. Our medium tank, and I think we'll throw in, say, 2 motorized for now. Yeah, and then the second time I played through, we weren't able to get Washington for free, unfortunately, but we can go in and take that now. Spanish Civil War is over, and our boys in the C&T have won, so we've secured Spain. There's quite a few guys there, but I think especially now that we're starting to get medium tanks, we're gonna start being able to push those guys out. Negative. Not sure. Should have had enough for that. Yeah, 49 and 50. So I'm not sure why I have negative medium tanks. Decisions available. Yep, we're going to build the dam in Savoy. That's going to get us 2 civilian factories. And did my general icons disappear? Come on. Come on, guys. I'm not sure if that's because I misclicked something or... Oh, you know what? I'm down on tanks because of the other volunteer units I had also got switched up to that template. So that's why I'm down. So I'm just going to go back to these guys, and I will flip them back to the standard stock template. And that should solve that problem for us. And I'm just going to go ahead and reload my game here so I get my my visual icons back here so I can execute my battle plan actually.